What are you doing anyway? Like, what are you anyway? That song you played, that instrument. That instrument! Wait, that's it, your instrument. The mask salesman said that if you got that precious thing that was stolen from you, he could return you to normal. Did you completely forget or what? Hey guys, it's Vox here with another video, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. In the last episode, we learned the Song of Time and got back our ocarina, and when all hope was lost, because Majora was going to crash the moon onto Termina, we played the Song of Time, and we were able to surprisingly reset time. As you can see, the moon is back up in its not necessarily normal state, but the state we found it in. And the dog still hates us and everything. So, like Tattle just reminded us, the mask salesman said that if we got our precious item back, he could return us to normal. So let's see what he has to say about that. Were you able to recover your precious item from that imp? Oh, you got it, you got it, you got it, you got it! Then listen to me. Please play this song that I'm about to perform and remember it well. You know, a lot of people joke about how he gets this gigantic organ just completely randomly, but I think it's funny that he gets this gigantic organ only to play 3 notes. I mean, seriously. This is a melody that heals evil's magic and troubled spirits, turning them into masks. I am sure it will be of assistance to you in the future. Yes, I give you this mask in commemoration of this day. Fear not, for the magic has been sealed inside the mask. When you wear it, you will transform into the shape you just wear. When you remove it, you will return to normal. And we got the Deku mask, thanks to the Song of Healing, restoring us to our normal body. So this is actually a really cool mask. We can transform between Deku and human at our will now. So, it's pretty cool. Now, I have fulfilled my promise to you. So please, give me that which you promised me. Don't tell me my mask. You did get it back, didn't you? What have you done to me? If you leave my mask out there, something terrible will happen. The mask that was stolen from me, it is called Majora's Mask. It is an accursed item from legend that is said to have been used by an ancient tribe in its hexing rituals. It is said that the evil and wicked power is bestowed upon the one who wears the mask. According to legend, the troubles caused by Majora's Mask were so great the Ancient Ones, fearing such catastrophes, sealed the mask from the shadow forever, preventing its misuse. But now, that tribe from the legend has vanished, so no one really knows the true nature of the mask's power. But I feel it. I went to great lengths to get that legendary mask. When I finally had it, I could sense the doom of a dark omen brewing. It was that unwelcome feeling that makes your hair stand on end. And now, that imp has it. I am begging you, you must get that mask back quickly or something horrible will happen. I'm begging you, you must do it. Really? You'll do it for me? I always thought that was funny, how he just randomly switches moods. I was certain that you would tell me that. Well then why were you freaking out earlier? You'll be fine, surely you can do it. Believe in your strengths, believe. Right then, so now we are back in our human form for the very first time since the first episode where we were only human for about 20 seconds. That mask. Skull could use the power of that mask to do those terrible things. Well, whatever it takes, we've got to do something about it. The swamp, mountains, ocean, and canyon that Tail was trying to tell us about. I bet he was referring to the 4 areas just outside town. There's one in each compass direction. But what do you suppose he means by the 4 who are there? I have no idea. He always skips important stuff. I guess we should go and find out. If we go through that gate straight ahead, we'll be heading in the direction of the swamp. Right, before I do that, there's some stuff I want to get done in Clocktown in this episode before we head out to the swamp. So, first of all, now that we're human form, let me go ahead and go over the controls. So, you push B to bring out your sword. Just pushing B, nothing else, is a horizontal attack. If you hold down up on the control stick, you can do a horizontal attack. If you hold down B for magic power, you can charge up a spin attack. If you don't want to use magic power, you can just spin the control stick and push B. Sorry, spin the control stick and push B. There we go. But as you can see, it's a bit more complicated than holding it down, but it's a quicker way of doing it as well. And also, if you lock onto an object, or if you hold down L or Z on the Nintendo 64, you can push A for a jump attack, which is your most powerful attack, along with the spin attack. So, we have this owl statue here. What you want to do is attack that, and it has several uses. For now, you can just save with it. Problem is, I'm not going to be saving on these because you actually have to save and quit playing, so we're not really going to do that. Right, so first thing we want to do is, now that we're a human, we can access this heart piece here in this tree. We couldn't access it before as a Deku, so we're going to go ahead and do that now. So you climb up this wooden pillar. That's something I couldn't do as a Deku before. You can't climb up things of this height as a Deku. Oh, and something I might as well show you while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, we got the Deku mask. Yeah, a bit creepy. But see, now it can be a Deku, and easily enough, we can return back to human form. Pretty cool. So, anyway, as I was doing, I was climbing on this stuff, and the camera's not really working with me well. Oh my god. Jump, there we go. So there should be a simple jumping puzzle, although it's not as simple as it would seem to be. There we go. And so here is our third piece of heart. Oh, by the way, in the last episode, when I was doing that third Deku Playground thing, and I was completely failing at that, I actually went through that whole scene of, like, you know, restarting time and going to Majora and all that, and then I restarted, I went back in time, and I redid the whole Deku Playground thing, just to get that heart piece at the end. I went through so much trouble for that. And I forgot to get the Stray Fairy, so I'll be back. Okay, I got the Stray Fairy now, so we can restore this being to the normal Great Fairy. Oh, Tattling, you kind young one. Thank you for returning my broken and shattered body to normal. I am the Great Fairy of Magic. For now, this is all I can offer you. Allow me to ease your weariness to my token of gratitude. So, you can actually go to any Great Fairy at any time, any point of the game to get fully restored on health and magic. Just something that's quick to note if you're low on health or whatever, and you're conveniently near a fairy. Oh, kind young one. Scattered throughout the 4 temples of this land are broken stray fairies like me. Please find a way to save them and return them to their fountains. Surely they will add to your strength. Allow me to grant you something good so that the stray fairies will not fear you. And we get the face of the Great Fairy, even creepier than the actual person. So, come see me whenever your quest has made you wary. So this is our first non-transformation mask, being our second mask in total. Basically, yeah, it's self-explanatory. It's horrible. That's gonna be actually, believe it or not, it's gonna be a very useful mask once we get to the actual dungeons of the game. Other than that, it's not useful at all, so we don't need to worry about that. One thing I want to do is we're going to turn into our Deku and use our Snot on this guy. People have mixed feelings about him. You can think what you want. This is Tingle.
What's this green clothes, white fairy, sir? Could you by chance be a forest fairy?
Yeah, that's my Tingle voice.
Oh my. My name is Tingle. I think I am the same as you, sir, a forest fairy. Alas, though, I am already aged 35. No fairy has come to me yet. My father tells me to grow up and act my age, but why? I tell you, Tingle is the very reincarnation of a fairy. Now, while I stand here waiting for a fairy of my own, I sell maps to help out my father. Lucky, lucky, you're so lucky to have a fairy. I know, we should be friends. Yes, in exchange I will sell you a map for cheap as a sign of my friendship. Will you buy one of Tingle's maps?
So basically, Tingle just sells you pretty much overpriced maps. We can buy Clog Town for 5 rupees, so we're gonna do that. Yippee! We got a map of Clog Town.
Well, call again. Tingle, tingle, Kula Limpa! These are the magic words that Tingle created himself. Don't steal them.
Right. So, now as you can see in the bottom right corner, we have a map of Clock Town. We are the yellow moving arrow, and the red arrow is where we previously came from. And if we go to our world map, you can also see that we are not completely in clouds anymore. That the central area, along with a little bit to the left and right, is now unshaded. So, you also saw that he was selling Woodfall for 40 rupees. You're not going to want to buy that because it's actually very overpriced. You're going to be able to get that for cheaper later on. Actually, what I want to do now is go over to this observatory. And you can do the typical hide-and-seek thing, like before, when you were Deku Scrub. But you don't have to do that if you remember the code, because it stays the same. Now, if you notice that is actually a different code than we saw, I'm not going to explain it in the video. If you really want to know why it's a different code, then read the description, I'll explain it there. Yeah, it's kind of a long story. Well, it's not a long story, I just don't feel like explaining it. Right, so, if you remember, Jim, the leader of the bombers, said that if we were human and became a member, he would be able to give us a bomber's notebook, but we weren't human, and yeah, so this is a quick way out of becoming a member, along with doing something else in the process. So we're gonna come back up to this observatory. You want to talk to the guy. Doesn't matter whether you're human or Deku. Bit blocked there.
Well, you're a child I've never seen in town before. Are you a new friend of the bombers?
I always said that it was important to get whatever. It's just all the same text as before. Gazing into the telescope. So instead of looking at Majora up in the clock tower, we're gonna see that there's a business scrub coming from Clock Town, and he is traveling around. We're just gonna follow him for a little bit. Is hello there. Oh, I'm too fast. Okay, well now I lost him. Anyway, he's gonna end up going to that hole, and we're gonna go actually meet him on the outside soon. Not necessarily now, but soon. And I believe there is one more thing I want to do in Clocktown before we head out to the swamp. And that is in West Clocktown. I would skip to it, but there's actually going to be a scene triggered as we're leaving this place, so I might as well show you guys the journey there. I think it'll be a bit faster as a Deku. Now, if you do this part the way that I did, make sure that you leave this place as a human. It's very important. Because when we come out here, we're going to be stopped by none other than Jim. Hey guy, you haven't passed my test, so how do you know my secret code? Nobody but bombers know that code, so why do you know it? Listen, guy, you're pretty good. You managed to figure out a code that only we know. Now that's something. I like you. What's your name, guy? Link, huh? Alright, that Skull Kid broke our rules and is off doing all kinds of stuff. I'm making Link a new member of the Bombers instead. This is the Bomber's Notebook. It contains the words we live by. Read it over. Alright, so this is one way of getting it. Like I said, the other way is just by completing the hide-and-seek quest as a human for the second time, but this is a bit easier. There's just some rules. Let me just quickly go over what this Bomber's Notebook thing is. It's basically a quest log for these side quests. It's an easy way to keep track of them. And, you also... No, actually I'm wrong. I was going to say get a prize for completing the Bomber's Notebook, but I don't think you do. So as you can see here, we have Jim, and the exclamation mark, well, this is the character that you're doing it for. It shows Jim, but it's actually counted as the Bombers. The exclamation mark is the actual task, and the ribbon is the prize you get for that, for completing the task. And there can also be a mask icon, which is like a blue face looking thing, which we're not going to see that until a little later on. As you can see, there's a lot of slots here, and by the end of the series, we're going to have all of these filled up. So, yeah, that's basically your quest log. So, as you can see here, we have 3 of 4 pieces of heart. Now, once we get all 4 pieces of heart, the 3 hearts in the top left, which is our health, increases to 4. So, 4 pieces of heart makes 1 heart container. And there is 1 more piece of heart that we can get here in Clocktown at this moment. So we're going to go ahead and get that. So this can be done any day and any night, actually, I believe. So you'll be pretty safe here. You can do this as soon as you become human. We're going to go into the swordsman's school. Talk to the guy. This training center has friendly, polite, 24-hour one-on-one training that will noticeably improve your sword skills. From now on until the end of the carnival during a special discount. Oh, so I actually need 10 rupees. Okay, I'll be back with 10 rupees. Okay, so we're back here with 12 rupees, plenty. So what we want to do is join the expert course. And the expert course is a practice session. Cut down 10 logs using highly difficult techniques. Score perfect 30 points, you should be taught all secrets. So the only way to get 30 points from 10 logs is to do all jump attacks. So you want to target it. Oh, crap. You want to target. Oh my god, I already failed it. Wow. Just walk out, forget this. As I was saying, the only way to get 30 points from 10 logs is to perform all jump attacks, because jump attacks are worth 3 points. So, you're going to take your sword out and you're going to target the log and push A. Now you need to be quickly because you have a time limit for each of these. And you have to hit all of them. I guess you could have done the math. 3 points, 10 logs, you have to make 30 points. It's pretty simple. Can't be slow like I was the first time. Alright, 2 more. No! Oh, that was close. Okay. Impressive. I must give you something. Here. And we get our 4th piece of heart. So, as you can see, we have 4 heart containers in the top left now, and we have an extra life container. So happy. Right, so now that we have done that, we are going to come down here, and something I actually forgot to do, by the way, is, if you remember, now that we have our ocarina and we learned the Song of Time, that Scarecrow had said that if we play the song backwards, we can slow down time, and if we play each note twice, we can fast forward time. So, we're going to just slow down time. I actually meant to do this at the beginning of the episode, but whatever. So, current flow of time, yes, we will. And so it slows down time 1/3 of the normal speed. So you're gonna have 3 times as much time in order to complete the thing. So normally we couldn't pass here, we were dead. But now that we are a human, stop right there. Have you some air under the swamp? It is dangerous at night, so I cannot allow a child like you to... A sword? My apologies, sir. It was wrong of me to treat you like a child. The southern swamp at Woodfall lies this way. Be careful. And this is Termina Field at night. It's much less lively. You'll see during the day. It's much more lively with the main thing going on. It's very quiet now. Bit creepy. And you have bubbles. Yes, that thing is called a bubble. He's hiding from me now. Oh, there he is. Anyway. You just want to continue straight ahead, over to this strange-looking tree over there with what looks like a drawing on it. Let's investigate. Oh, I remember this. Tail and I drew this with the Skull Kid when we first met him. He told us that he had been fighting with his friends and that they had left him all alone. I'm sure it was because he was always playing tricks, so nobody wanted to play with him. But to do what he did just because of that. And once he got his power,